Okay, we're set. Good evening. Welcome to the June 21st Clifton Park Town Board meeting. Join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, call the roll.
Councilwoman Flood? Here. Councilwoman Standard? Here. Councilman Morelli? Here. Councilwoman Blallow? Here. Supervisor Barrett?
Here, entertain a motion to approve town board meeting minutes of June 6th. Second. Discussion. Teresa?
Councilwoman Flood?
Yes.
Councilwoman Standard?
Yes.
Councilman Morelli?
Yes.
Councilwoman Blallow?
Yes.
Supervisor Barrett?
Yes. Communications and announcements. I just had a few things. So we've been discussing resolution number 6 and some possible issues with some of the figures in the wording. Have you been able to?
I think I need to talk with Mr. Reese tomorrow.
Okay.
Straighten everything out.
All right. That is the water quality project that we've been working jointly with DEC, and I think the best thing to do would be to pull that resolution tonight until we're able to confirm that we have all of the correct information included in that resolution. So that is that's what I'd like to do tonight, and pull that resolution. What's that?
That resolution
Number 8 is to
Yeah.
accept an easement relative to the same project.
Well, I think we can go ahead and do that. I don't think that's an issue. Yeah. All right, very good. So I do have a few announcements. First is we have some great events coming up. I hope you're all able to join us on July 4th. We're going to have our parade, which will kick off at the Shen campus entrance on 146. It heads west on 146 down Bishop Ferry to the Common. And we always have a great participation level in the parade, and a big crowd on the parade route. Then there's activities through the day as we get into late afternoon, early evening. The music starts, and then at dusk we have our huge fireworks display. So hopefully you'll all be able to join us, and we just hope for good weather. Right? You always want good weather on that type of day with that many people here at the Common. If you haven't been before, there's usually at least a few thousand people attending. So it's a big day celebrating our country, our freedoms, and everything that makes our country what it is. So please join us. But we also have a full performing arts on the Common schedule as well. We have many different bands that will be playing for you on Sunday nights. Everything from a Billy Joel impersonator, Alex Torres and his Latin Orchestra. We will also, Jukebox Rebellion. We'll also have the Not So Common Players at the end of July. They're going to have a nice run. They finished up a nice run here on the Common not long ago, but they'll be performing nice work if you can get it. So all of this information is online. We also have these brochures in Town Hall. We'll also have our full Wednesday evening children's series. So if you have little kiddies that would like to see the Magic Trunk, Mr. Twisty, Puppet Theater, all sorts of fun things on Wednesday nights. And that begins July 20th, runs through middle of August. So we have a lot coming up, so please get out there and enjoy the summer, because we all know it goes very quick. Today's the longest day of the year. They start getting shorter tomorrow. So, what can I tell you? What can I tell you? It comes quick, right? It's here before you know it. So a couple other things on the county side of things. We had our county board meeting, monthly county board meeting this afternoon. And coming out of the committees that I chair, which is health, as well as public works. And we have a new environmental health director. It's a brand new part of county government that we're building out. I've been tasked with building out that department. Brian Miner has been hired as the new and first director of environmental health for Saratoga County. We also renamed the county health department to just that, the Saratoga County Department of Health, as opposed to the former name, which was Saratoga County Public Health Services. So it's all part of our transition, moving to accepting all of the responsibilities for environmental health that are currently conducted by New York State and have been throughout the history of the county. Once a county hits a certain size and population, we are required to accept those responsibilities. So environmental health is responsibilities such as, probably more of the high profile responsibilities would be restaurant inspections, pool inspections, camp inspections, lead poisoning issues, tobacco programs. There's a myriad of different programs that we will take over from the state on a consistent basis over the next couple of years. And we're working hand in hand with New York State, and I'll continue to update everybody as we move forward, but we're making good progress there. And we'll continue to make good progress. But we'll be hiring a couple dozen more people to build out that department. It's a big undertaking. So if anybody has experience in the area of public health, we'd love to talk to you. Brian Miner does have a tremendous amount of experience, 36 years of experience, and a leader in environmental health programs with New York State formally. So we're very fortunate to have him. Glad he's come on board. Also, we at the county public works, we appropriated an additional more than $3 million for additional paving for 2022. One of those projects was Grooms Road. If you've driven down Grooms Road lately, there's a large section of the road right up to Miller Road. The paving stopped there, but that has been repaved, and they did a super job. We've also allocated here in the town an additional $1.3 million for paving for 2022. So there will be a lot of paving work and construction work occurring, as always, in Clifton Park this year. Also want to mention that as part of our health committee, we did increase the rates for related services for children with special needs. And we contract with different agencies that supply these services to our county residents, children that need assistance. And we raised the rate for a half-hour session from $45 to $52. So I know that's a very popular thing with increase with our partners that we work with to provide these all-important services to many kids in the county. We have a lot of projects moving forward and a lot going on, and a lot to do. So I hope you join us this year. Any other communications or announcements?
I just have one
Yes.
quick, real quick. New York State is offering a tax credit to help offset barn restoration. So if anybody has a historic barn that they're restoring, the amount of the tax credit is equal to 25% of the cost to rehabilitate the historic barn. So this is an excellent program that's being brought back by New York State. For more information, people can go to the Division for Historic Preservation's website. So it's good to keep people out there doing restoration.
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you.
Very good, very good. Any other communications or announcements? Okay, well, we'll get right to business here. So glad to see such a large crowd here tonight for our 2022 Community Preparedness and Resiliency Grant Fund Program. The idea of the program was to make the application and the process very simple, to afford our smaller nonprofits the opportunity to submit an application for funding. Many organizations have people solely dedicated to that effort, and they're writing grants all the time. And many of the grants are very involved, and when you're a small nonprofit, it can be quite daunting to look at some of those grant applications. So we wanted to make it nice and simple, very similar to our Clifton Park Community Action Fund grant program. This program was intended to help nonprofits that suffered through the pandemic. Let's face it, private business, public institutions, nonprofits, everybody was negatively affected by the pandemic. But when the nonprofits were not able to conduct normal services, fundraising efforts were stunted because you couldn't gather and have the kind of events that you're accustomed to holding to do fundraising activities. And we understand that has been a very difficult period of time. And this was an opportunity for the town to step forward and support our nonprofits during a very difficult time. We brought this program to the county, and today we just finalized the grant awards at the county as well. So the county set aside $2 million, the town set aside $200. So that's $2.2 million allocated to nonprofits throughout the county, because we do have nonprofits here that might be based in Clifton Park, but they do serve some people outside of Clifton Park. So it was important that we help nonprofits throughout the county, and that was definitely done. So $2.2 million is a great investment in our community. All of you and the awardees from the county program work hard every day serving many people in our communities. And your services are very important, necessary, and vital to many people throughout Saratoga County. So again, thank you for what you do. This is a small token of our thanks. And we just hope that these funds help you through a difficult time and put you on a solid footing, or at least help put you on a solid footing as you move forward. We allocated a total of $200,000, as I mentioned. We had here and at the county the request requested amount of money far outstripped the money that was allocated. So that was the reality in both situations. So we understand that people didn't receive everything that they requested, but we're hoping that, again, that this is a token of our appreciation for what you do, and this monetary support will go a long way toward your successful efforts. So with that, we will call you up if you could just come up, and we'll present you with your check if Deputy Supervisor Morelli can help you out here. So as I call your name, if you could come up, and Deputy Supervisor Morelli will hand you your check and certificate. And please note that this program may not be something we do every year, but the Clifton Park Community Action Fund is something we plan to do each year. If you don't know about that program, it's quite simple and quite unique. Basically, the donations that people drop off at the transfer station of redeemable bottles and cans is picked up a couple of times a week by a company. So they clear out the sheds that we have down at the transfer station and the recycling area of all the cans and bottles that have been donated, and they redeem those for us and write us a check. And we take that money and then go through this same type of process. I mean, we basically copied the application we use for the Clifton Park Community Action Fund. So that is an annual opportunity. It's not nearly the same amount of money here. It might be in the area of $15,000 to $20,000 a year. We're still able to assist a couple dozen organizations. So it is successful, and it's something we're very proud of, because we can provide those grants without using taxpayer money, in essence, and that's always a good thing, right? So, so I will ask you, if you could, one thing I didn't do. Just want to do this flag up here. So after we call your name, if you get your certificate from Deputy Supervisor Morelli, and then please stand next to the flag, and Jean will take your picture. I want to thank Jean very much. Jean. Jean Spiegel, she put all this together. She took in all the applications and made all the spreadsheets, and collected all the information that we needed from each organization. She was corresponding with you. So Jean is our administrative assistant in my office, and did a great job on this. Thank you very much, Jean. We appreciate it. All right, and thank you, Mark, for cutting all the checks. Money guy cut all the checks. All right, first up, I know she has to get to a school board meeting. So Shen Bountiful Backpack Program is first up today with $7,000. Thank you so much. American Legion Mohawk Post 1450, $5,000. I see some. They don't let me. Yeah. Book of Mark Half Moon Emergency Corps, $7,000. I think I saw Alabama. Capital District YMCA Southern Saratoga Branch, $7,000. Next up, Captain, $4,000. to New Meadow Way. Hi, how are you? $5,000, Clifton Park Shabbat. Next up is $7,000, Helping Hand School. Helping Hand. Next up, Friends of Shen Crew for $7,000. Clifton Park Boys Basketball Club for $3,000. Friends of the Mohawk Towpath Scenic Byway, Eric Hamilton and Larry Sidney. How are you? Friends of the Historic Rooms Tavern. Oh, Larry's.
No, there isn't.
I saw somebody else with the friends. All right, Larry, double duty. Hickstrom, $5,000. Clifton Park Half Moon Memorial VFW Post 1498, $7,000. Saratoga Center for the Family, $4,000. Nicole's Hope, $2,000.
Thanks, James.
Already did that. Bay Food Pantry, $7,000. Shen Neighbors Connecting, $3,000. Rebuilding Together Saratoga County, $7,000. Operation at Ease, $6,000. Southern Saratoga Art Society. Is they here tonight? Oh, yeah. They brighten the walls all over town, right? Thank you so much. St. Edward's, the Confessor Church. And I do want to say Father Matt Butler, who's been an important part of our community for many years, just celebrated 40 years. The Bus Stop Club, $1,000. Bangladeshi American Foundation of Albany. Come on up, Jack. High Five Sports. High Five Cub Scouts of America, Pack 44. Yeah, right. Wellspring, I saw Maggie earlier. Hi, Maggie. Beloved Child, 7,000. Clifton Park Elks, number 2466. Bill and Dan are here. Oh, yeah. Art and Mindfulness Center, the CCR Church. Hindu Temple Society of the Capital District. Community Animal Action Project, 1,000. They're not here tonight, but St. Peter's Hospital Foundation for $5,000. Association for Community Living. Girl Scout Service Unit 208, 4,000. Thank you, ladies. Clifton Park Nursery School. Saw them not long ago. Children's Museum of Saratoga, $4,000.
Thank you.
Saratoga Bridges, $5,000. Shem United Methodist Church Preschool. Boy Scout Troop 4045. And last but not least, Holland Fun Hat. So, when you consider all of the groups that are represented here, it's an incredible advertisement for our town. And you do great things in our community each and every day, and we can't thank you enough. So continue to serve. We have your back. We're here to support you as much as possible. And if there's something that we can help you with in the future, please don't hesitate to contact us and see what we can do. So, God bless you all, and thank you so much. All right, Teresa, we do have several resolutions for consideration.
I will read the public notice that was in the Gazette on June 14th. New York due to an agenda that we anticipate will require additional space in the meeting room to put the Parks Town Board meeting scheduled for Tuesday, June 21st, 2022 at 7 p.m. will take place in the Clifton Park Senior Community Center, 650 Common Town of Clifton Park. And that again was in the June 14th Gazette. Resolution authorizing the supervisor to sign a lease agreement with electronic business products for a digital copying system for use by Parks and Recreation Office. Whereas Director of Parks, Recreation, and Community Affairs, Ryan Kramer, has requested that a new digital copier printer be leased for use by the department. Whereas the cost for leasing the copier has been budgeted for the attached schedule, and whereas quotes were received with electronic business products submitted, the lowest quote for a lease plus service charge totaling $401.42 per month, plus .0064 for black and white copies and .0433 for color copies. Now therefore be it resolved that the town supervisor is authorized to enter into this agreement with electronic business products for a linear IMC 6000 copier printer system for 36 months for a lease plus service charge totaling $301.42 per month, plus copy charges as listed above to be paid from Parks and Recreation copier. A resolution to transfer funds from contingency to the repairs of the Adventure Challenge Course. Whereas the town board authorized repairs to the Adventure Challenge Course at Collins Park by resolution number 87 of 2022, and whereas Director of Parks, Recreation, and Community Affairs, Ryan Kramer, has been advised that the final cost to repair the course following inspection exceeded the original quote of $12,036, resulting in an invoice totaling $13,001.
Oh, don't take it personal. Don't take it personal.
John's here. $13,153.82, and whereas additional funds are needed to cover the highest cost, now therefore be it resolved that the comptroller is authorized to transfer $1,117.82 from contingency to Adventure Challenge equipment. A resolution hiring a seasonal staff for the 2022 Parks and Recreation programs, whereas the town board wishes to hire additional staff for the summer 2022 season, whereas Ryan Kramer, Director of Parks, Recreation, and Community Affairs, has recommended that the individuals listed in the attached A be hired, individuals in the attached B to be retained as head lifeguards, with pay as indicated. Now therefore be it resolved that the individuals listed in the attached Schedule A be retained as staff for the town's pools to be paid as indicated on the schedule through the end of the respective season, and be it further resolved that the individuals in the attached Schedule B retained in a new position and the rates as listed retroactive through the end of the respective season. A resolution authorizing a pool access pass for pool members with physical or mental disabilities. Whereas Supervisor Barrett recommends that the town board enact a program to waive membership fees to the town for pools for respite workers and community rehabilitation providers who are retained or assigned to provide assistance to individual pool members with special needs. And whereas the program will allow for pool members with special needs to apply for and receive pool access passes for employed workers assigned to provide individual assistance to those members of the special needs community through recognized organizations. Now therefore be it resolved that the Parks and Recreation Department is authorized to issue seasonal access passes to enable pool members to be accompanied by their assigned respite or community habilitation workers, and to waive the membership fee for the assigned worker upon verification of need and status of the accompanying individuals as outlined in the attached application form. A resolution accepting an anonymous donation of two 10 by 12 gazebos for the bocce courts at the Clifton Park Senior Community Center. Whereas an anonymous donor has offered a donation of 2 10 by 12 cedar gazebos in the same style and brand as Another Shade Pavilion at the Senior Community Center. And whereas the town board wishes to accept the donation from the donor to acquire 2 gazebos to be installed at either end of the bocce court. Now therefore be it resolved that the director of the Senior Community Center is authorized to accept 2 10 by 12 cedar gazebos for use at the center, and be it further resolved that the entire town board thanks our anonymous donor for the generous and thoughtful contribution.
So, be the next one, yeah.
A resolution to authorize environmental design partnership to perform construction. Is that the one that was pulled?
No.
Okay. A resolution to authorize environmental design partnership to perform construction administration and construction inspection services for the Town Center Park Phase 1. Whereas by resolution number 25 of 2020, the town board adopted a master plan for the Town Center Park on land acquired by from the Shenandoah Central School District. And whereas by resolution number 101 of 2021, the town board authorized environmental design partnership (EDP) to perform design planning and bid document preparation for Phase 1 of the Town Center Park project. And whereas the town board now wishes to engage in an engineering and design consultant to conduct construction administration and construction inspections of this project. And whereas EDP has submitted a proposal for the construction administration and inspection services of Phase 1. And whereas Supervisor Barrett recommends accepting the EDP proposal based upon their qualifications for the services to be rendered and upon recent successful experience with the town park project. Now therefore be it resolved that the supervisor is authorized to retain EDP per the attached scope of work for construction administration and construction inspections of the Town Center Park Phase 1 improvements per the February 2020 Park Master Plan in an amount not to exceed $25,000, and to be further resolved that the comptroller is authorized to transfer $25,000 from unassigned fund balance to offset costs associated with the proposal, and be it further resolved that the funds be transferred to the Capital Projects Fund of Town Center Phase 1 construction engineering, and that all subsequent expenditures for engineering be accounted for in the Capital Projects Fund. A resolution accepting a temporary construction easement for a water quality improvement project in the Clifton Park Center Road area. Whereas the project will require that the town and its proposed contractor obtain access to lands of Park Plaza of Clifton Park LLC to complete the project. And whereas Park Plaza of Clifton Park LLC is willing to grant such access under certain terms and conditions, including the obligation of the town and its contractors to restore the property to the condition that existed prior to construction. Now therefore be it resolved that the supervisor is authorized to sign the attached temporary construction easement to facilitate the project.
Okay. Any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you. All right, Teresa, if you read the heading, we'll consider each resolution individually.
Resolution number 175 of 2022, a resolution authorizing the supervisor to sign a lease agreement with Electronic Business Products for a digital copying system for use by the Parks and Recreation Office.
Okay, very good. Discussion. Teresa?
Councilwoman Flood? Yes. Councilwoman Stander?
Yes.
Councilman Morelli?
Yes.
Councilwoman Walloway?
Yes.
Supervisor Barrett?
Yes.
Resolution number 176 of 2022, a resolution to transfer funds from contingency to the repairs for the repairs at the Adventure Challenge course.
So moved. Second.
As we move forward with this very popular program, there are some work that needs to be done. And we've had an inspection, and we've covered this at previous town board meetings, but this will place our activity and course in a good spot, and we'll be able to move forward this year. Discussion. Okay, Teresa?
Councilwoman Flood?
Yes.
Councilwoman Stander?
Yes.
Councilman Morelli?
Yes.
Councilwoman Walloway? Yes. Supervisor Barrett?
Yes.
Resolution number 177, 2022, a resolution hiring seasonal staff for the 2022 Parks and Recreation programs.
Well, camp is upon us. It'll be starting very soon, and glad to add a few more hires to our roster of counselors. Okay, any discussion?
Yeah, I think we need to make a change for the hire date for the head guards retroactive to May 29th. And the hire date for the guards at Barney Road was June 5th. So I don't know if we need to make a motion to amend that, but.
Yeah.
Okay, so I make a motion that we amend that, make those amendments to this resolution.
Second.
Okay.
Councilwoman Flood?
Yes.
Councilwoman Standard?
Yes.
Councilman Morelli?
Yes.
Councilwoman Wallace?
Yes.
Supervisor Barry?
Yes. Entertain a motion on the amended resolution.
Second.
Wait a second.
Teresa?
Lots of motions.
Yeah. Councilwoman Flood?
Yes.
Councilwoman Standard?
Yes.
Councilman Morelli?
Yes.
Councilwoman Wallace?
Yes.
Supervisor Barry?
Yes. Paper, scissors, rock. I don't know if I mentioned at the last meeting, but the partnership, Saratoga County has gone very well with the lifeguarding course that we provided for free. And there were 28 new lifeguards working in the county now. 8 completed the course in Clifton Park and 20 in Ballston Spa. So very successful program. Okay, Teresa?
Resolution number 178, 2022, a resolution authorizing a pool access pass for pool members with physical or mental disabilities.
So moved. Second.
So this resolution is pretty self-explanatory, but if we have a member that requires somebody to be with them and help them as they enjoy recreating at one of our pools, that person will be able to enter the pool free of charge, and we would waive any need for a pool permit or a guest fee. So the person would be there on a professional basis, assisting somebody who is a member of the pool. So this is a program that is becoming more and more available at public and private establishments, and I think it's definitely time that we establish this program now here in Clifton Park. And I think this was well researched. Anything to add here, Tom?
No, it's just professionally employed workers with disabled members who have established needs for the very simple, pretty basic application form together with the Parks and Rec Department.
Yeah, we want to just ask for the very basic amount of information needed. We wanted to keep the application very simple. It will be reviewed upon submission to the by the Parks Department. So I think we've done a good job keeping it simple and not something that's terribly time consuming, but on the other hand, we can offer this valuable service that people require.
Is that something that somebody could apply online for, or do they have to come in person? Is that application, can they apply online?
Well, we can put the form online now, once it's in place, yeah.
Okay, but it's not an application where you can just do it online and submit like your license or whatever?
Well, you could fill out the application and you can email it. Is that what you-
Yeah, I just didn't know if someone physically had to come into Parks and Rec, or if you could do it all.
I think the department's going to have to work out those things.
Okay.
Any further discussion?
Councilwoman Flood?
Yes.
Councilwoman Standard? Yes. Councilman Morelli?
Yes.
Councilwoman Wallace?
Yes.
Supervisor Barry?
Yes.
Resolution number 179 of 2022, a resolution accepting an anonymous donation of 2 10 by 12 gazebos for the bocce courts at the Clifton Park Senior Community Center.
Second.
So, very nice donation. We had a structure that served the purpose, but unfortunately it's been destroyed beyond repair. There's nothing more that Dan and the Buildings and Grounds crew could do to repair the structure. After that happened, we had somebody come forward that's part of the regular bocce group and offered the donation, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe you can tell us, fill in some of the details for us.
Sure.
Just grab that, yeah. That'd be nice.
So one of our members that does enjoy bocce realized that there was a definite need. Anything we put there goes away. So we need a permanent structure. They've been using, table umbrellas that get donated and they blow away, they break, they get destroyed. We had a pergola that I got donated about 2 years ago, and it lasted for a little while, but it also, it's just nothing. It's so windy here. So he decided that they really needed a permanent fix. He is able to make the donation. He doesn't want to make a big deal out of it. He doesn't want to, I think everyone's going to figure it out, but he's a very generous member of our senior center, and it's very kind of him. And this will match the other one. It'll be a little bit smaller, but it'll be at either end, and it'll be similar to what we've got. It's the same brand and everything, so it'll be a nice addition. I am excited about it. I can't wait to get it done. I did it done yesterday.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's all good.
Well, it was nice. I know he wants to remain anonymous, and we'll do that too.
And the town will do the installation or pay somebody to do the installation. He's actually just donating the structures
Yes.
themselves.
Right.
And he'd like to purchase them himself and get points on his credit card. As long as we can still do it tax exempt, which I'm sure we can still do. So, but yeah, it's all good. Just a matter of finding
Well,
somebody
like I said, Mark can help you through that process. Okay. No, that's great. We'll thank him in some fashion. So. All right, questions for Sue? Okay.
Councilwoman Flood?
Yes.
Councilwoman Standard?
Yes.
Councilman Morelli?
Yes.
Councilwoman Wallowitz? Supervisor Barrett?
Yes.
Resolution number 180 of 2022, a resolution to authorize an environmental design partnership to perform construction administration and construction inspection services for the Town Center Park Phase 1.
We've broken ground on the new park, and it seems to be proceeding well, right, John? Any issues at this point?
No issues at this point. Construction's on schedule. The construction inspection is for some periodic site inspections, just to make sure that the grades are properly meeting the ADA requirements and the specifications in terms of the cross sections of the trail are being met. In addition to that, there's some utility inspection fees also that will be covered when the electrical goes in. So we weren't tied to a fixed rate like we typically are with federal grants that are on a $2 million construction project. You can expect $200,000 in engineering. So this was much lower than that for construction inspections. So it's one of the benefits of using sometimes the local funds without any federal subsidies to offset the costs.
Okay. Appreciate it. All right, discussion.
I was over there today.
Yes.
I just note that, I think between that construction and the construction of Druthers, both those companies are doing a really good job about not interrupting or impeding traffic flow in the normal course of business. So, I'm not sure if your department's been a part of that, John, or if it's just, something that they've done, but the work is progressing and commerce and traffic is flowing just fine.
Yeah, and the sidewalk across the street that goes in front of Brothers, that's taking shape as well. All right. Very good. Teresa?
Councilwoman Flood?
Yes.
Councilwoman Standard?
Yes.
Councilman Morelli?
Yes.
Councilwoman Wallowitz?
Yes.
Supervisor Barrett?
Yes.
Resolution number 181 of 2022, a resolution accepting a temporary construction easement for a water quality improvement project in the Clifton Park Center Road area.
Okay, well, this is a long-awaited project that we've been working with DEC on to get to this point. Unfortunately, I think pulling that resolution was the right move based on the fact there's still some outstanding questions, but the project itself is funded largely by a grant, and we want to make sure that it proceeds in the near future. John, any details here?
Just a easement for construction purposes, so we can get in there, do the necessary improvements to the stormwater management fund, and get that project underway and complete it by, I would say, end of September, October of this year.
Very good. Discussion?
I have a question, John.
Yes.
You're now looking at fall instead of summer, right, for this project?
They should be able to begin construction in August, so yes.
Is there going to be road detours? Because we have kind of this summer, we have kind of a lot of things going on in that neighborhood.
Sure. I don't think there's a need for any road detours. Don't even think there's a need for any lane closure, but because there's 2 lanes there, if we did have to have any impacts to traffic, it would be a single lane closure, so you'd still have 1 lane still open for northbound traffic there. But I'm not even anticipating that. I think with this construction easement, we can keep everything off of the roadway.
Because I can remember times when both lanes are filled with water.
Yes.
And there's been ducks, flooding in the water, so it'll be good to get that done. Thank you, John.
Yes.
Very good. Okay, Bruce?
Councilwoman Flood?
Yes.
Councilwoman Standard?
Yes.
Councilman Morelli?
Yes.
Councilwoman Wallowitz?
Yes.
Supervisor Barrett?
Yes, any other business to come before the board this evening? Okay, John?
Yeah, one comment.
Yeah, sure.
Out of all the spectators, I'm sure it's nothing personal. Where's my
Well, I'm glad you was there, John.
Yes, we appreciate your stick-to-itiveness,
friend? Oh, determined to see it through.
stamina.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Councilwoman Flood?
Yes.
Councilwoman Standard?
Yes.
Councilman Morelli?
Yes.
Councilwoman Wallowitz?
Yes.
Supervisor Barrett?
Yes, thank you.